gentlemen, your host for tonight's show.
Here, I'll break it over your. I'll break it over your head.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You're a real crumb bum.
See, these guys are all the same.
With filthy mouths and bad attitudes.
The Crumb Show.
Play every word of it, Crumb.
Welcome to the Crumb Show. I'm Fatz Ciccarella, Jesse Marchese, Chris Reynolds, and Jerry Joe Pesci.
Here at the Crumb Show, we like to get into the crumb side of life. We're all crumbs in one way or another. So let's laugh about it, talk some shit, and have a good time.
How about it?
Right on, brother. So tonight we're going to give you a quick dickie.
A Dickie do.
That's right.
Dive right on.
A little quickie dickie.
Dickie do, Dickie does.
Dickie. Might as well. We missed out last week.
Yeah, we have a couple. I think a couple times.
Yeah, it's been like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, Chris has been fluffing up the whole time. So let's get into that dickie story, buddy.
All right. Well, we all know that there's good crumbs, bad crumbs. Dickie, you know, there is a traditional Dickie like the one I talk about, but there's a lot of Dickies in the world.
That's the worst crumbs.
But this Dickie here, you know, it's not that. I don't know what his problem was. It was some kind of mental disorder or something, because like I grew up in Lansdale when I was born. And this is going to be a little weird to talk about, but like I never met a black person, like basically except for one black dude, and he was from Africa at my grandmother's church. He was like a missionary.
Okay, hold on one second. The views expressed by Chris do not reflect the views of us three or Crumb Show Productions, LLC.
I'm not saying
Please
nothing
continue.
bad. I'm just saying I
continue.
didn't know any better. Like the guy was straight up African, like he was African black, not like African American. This dude was like
He was from Africa. Okay.
So anyway, it was cool. Like I didn't, but like
Jesus, calm down.
I'm just saying he made me all upset now.
It's a little uptight over
I
here.
know.
But anyway,
Archie.
So anyway, Lansdale, and then I moved to Norristown, Pennsylvania, and we moved in.
What's the timeline here?
1985.
Okay, so you're a young lad.
Yeah, about 8, and there was a prominent black population, I suppose you would say, like in Norristown. So like it was like culture shock. I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, coming from rural land.
Right, from all white people, I've never met any black people, because I think maybe then we went on a trip to New York, but that's about it. But anyway, now the point to all this is,
I hope there is one. Jesus Christ. Man.
Little thick in here right now.
Dickie, I didn't think anything of it though. Like, you know, I didn't. But Dickie, when he would talk like we're talking now, but then anytime he would we would be walking around or talking, and he would meet like a black person, he would immediately go from like, instead of like, hey, how are you, to be like, yo, what it is?
Oh my God.
My man, pots and pans. Yo, how's it? You know, and all this weird shit. And I'm like,
That 1970s jive turkey shit.
and I'm looking at
But
him. I'm like, he don't talk like this.
He talk like that to black people?
Yeah. And I'm like, why? Like, I didn't understand like what changed his whole personality, because he never said that to like Bob or Tom, like down the street, the white dudes or whatever. He's just like, hey, Tom, hi, Bob, like whatever.
They weren't hip cats, you know what I'm saying?
But whenever he seen like anybody else, like black person or anything, yeah, he would go crazy and do.
Maybe Bob and Tom weren't his man's pots and pans.
I just always, but so like, that was just part of like some weird shit that he did, like to all different, like.
This is where he's showing you he's cool.
Yeah, like he could but he could dance. I think I talked about this before. This dude could dance like
Disco stew.
he could get it in. Like I don't even know how he did it.
Right.
You know how many sock hops he pulled some bitches, that boy?
He was a sock hop nut. Like
So what I'm taking from this is Dickie has some soul.
he did, but like I was just curious, like why he changed personalities out of nowhere, and like I didn't know at the time if like I was supposed to like address black people in that manner, like instead of being like, "Hi, how are
Dickie
you?"
ever locked up?
I don't think so. I don't think he was, but I don't know.
Now, would he start trashing him after they left? Like, would he act like that in front of him? And
I
then
don't
start
You know
trashing
what?
him?
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't remember him ever like saying any real racist.
I'm surprised
shit.
at that because based on everything else, wouldn't you just
Assume Dickie's a racist?
Yeah.
I 100% thought that's where this was going.
Yeah,
I don't
me too.
remember.
Not really, because he grew up in shitty, poor neighborhoods all the time.
But what's that
with
mean? I mean,
everybody. Why would he be racist?
We know plenty of white people
Like-
that are from the same neighborhood as us that are notorious.
Northtown really ain't really supposed to be racist like that.
But
Not
like,
now, but when we were
culture.
little,
But he grew up.
when we were little, it was a little bit different than
He was
now.
more racist towards Italians at some point.
But like, yeah, he never. I don't remember him ever. He might have said something like in traffic.
Well, that's good. I'm proud of you, Dickie. At least he had one quality that wasn't a scumbag.
Yeah, but he.
I'm not cutting this guy some slack. That dude's a fucking
No,
crumb.
but
he's a
like
piece of shit.
But the thing is, like, I don't know if he was trying to what his point was with this, so, like with his
Probably it's
personality.
like a coping mechanism. So, yeah.
But I see
But
that.
he hated. He wouldn't let me listen to rap music though. I was not allowed to listen to rap music though.
He was racist.
So like, he never said. I don't think he ever said anything. Because I don't recall him ever going on a rant about it or anything. But yeah, he refused to let me listen to
what
rap.
did he listen to?
Motown.
Man, this is like
And like old rock, and like he was such a weirdo. He would like I taught him how to make CDs, and like he would put like he would title his CDs
Yeah, I used to do that.
Bell Ringers of 2000.
Yeah, yeah.
Of 2005. That's what he would title his shit. Like Bell Ringers.
What's
'cause,
that mean?
Like there was a song called like Ring My Bell. Remember?
my bell.
Yeah. So I guess that was like I guess at one point that was a phrase, bell ringers, or he would put like, some
Dickie's
kind of
panty droppers.
Dickie's mix or whatever. But like, yeah, he was like,
summer road trip.
but I told you, like, I could have made a lot of money off of all his like butterfly collar shirt. I wish I would have stole all those. But at the time, because they were worth money at one point, all his like polyester suits and shit.
Did he ever make you a CD? Nah.
Yeah,
Bunch of yacht rock.
bunch of love songs.
Nah, he didn't. I don't believe he did.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, make me a CD. Yeah.
But I see that, and a lot of white guys do that.
What's that?
Like they talk at normal. Well, saying normal is bad. They talk one way in front of white people, and then talk a different way in front of black people. I noticed that. That's a thing in a lot of white folks.
I mean, but I see that. I get that with like foreign people, because a lot of
No,
times
I'm
you're
just
like
talking
talking.
about
No,
regular-
because like when you're talking to somebody at 7-Eleven, sorry, it sounds bad, but like they're talking, and they almost force you to talk like them, but they're not doing it on purpose. But in your brain, you're like, oh,
I don't know, Chris. I don't get that.
You start like talking almost broken English to try to like
Give me an
compensate
example.
for theirs. I can't. I'm not, because it's
Well,
gonna
now
sound
when
bad.
he sees people in 7-Eleven, they're gonna come up to him like, "Hey, my man, pots and pans."
But like like you have to talk like almost broken English to them, so you don't feel bad because they're talking
you
broken
don't.
English back to you, because make sure they understand. I don't know.
They
It's a
don't. No,
thing.
they understand
It's a-
you. They
don't
know
act
English.
like you're not. Don't make me the bad guy.
I
man.
don't
I'm
do
just
that when I
saying.
go there. I don't say whatever you're
It
thinking.
happens to people. It's a thing. So, but yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a thing, but not the way you're talking about the thing. That thing you're talking about is not the thing I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I noticed the thing you're talking about in other people.
right.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that
I think it's
people
more
do.
common than you think it is.
No,
There's a name for what he's saying Dickie does. I can't find it right now, but I've heard of it. There is a name for it. I just don't know what it's called.
Well, like, yeah, he.
What'd you know? Good old Google couldn't find you an answer, could it?
I'm sure it's
But it
here.
can count the fuck. I'm not getting it.
Count the stars in the tree.
I'll give you an answer for that, huh, Google? Yeah, can't find this answer now.
Cubic square foot of sand.
Fuck.
All right, so Dickie changed his cadence.
He had like
and all that
personality
shit
disorder.
when he,
Cadence. That's the word I was looking for.
when he would bump into
Yeah. It was
People
weird
of color.
because, like I said, I didn't know any better, and luckily it did not rub off on me. Dickie never rubbed off on
Or
me.
did it, and you just don't notice it.
What I'm getting here is that it's a racial microaggression of some sort.
Interesting.
So you're trying to it's almost like condescending.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like mocking them.
I mean, because we all say slang shit. We grow up in our sound. We know our slang, but I don't really.
I don't think it's really slang.
I don't
just
think I really
you talk
changed
like
my
the area you're from.
I don't really change my speech patterns for anybody.
I don't think you just don't notice it.
Maybe I don't.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
And you say I'm not microaggressive. I'm like macro.
Yeah, you're 100% regular aggressive.
Anger management.
You're a fucking walking Limp Bizkit song over there, Mister.
I'm angry.
So what else?
What
else
yeah,
about
but anyway, but Dickie,
Big Dick?
The weird thing about Dickie, and I never met, that he was a Temple graduate.
What?
He graduated from Temple University
No way.
as a phys ed major. He could have been.
I think he was
gym
banging a
teacher.
professor or something.
Man, they got some
And his
alumni
whole
over there.
excuse was for everything. Oh, why? Nobody's hiring gym teachers. I'm like, he never even tried to use his.
Yeah, I'm sure if you got a gym teacher degree,
He
you
was
can become a
probably
gym teacher.
blacklisted.
But I'm
as
thinking
soon
that
as he
some
started
weird shit
school.
happened.
You know
I'm
what?
thinking that
Now
some
that I'm
weird
thinking
shit
about it,
happened. that
thank God
nobody
he
ever
never
told-
was a gym teacher.
Yeah, oh,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
There would have
God
been all.
forbid them
We
poor
would have had
kids.
all great. We would have either had way less Dickie stories because he would have been locked up early.
There's stories I don't want to tell
Yeah,
on this
right. Or
podcast.
way more.
or way more Dickie stories.
Yeah, that's
but
the story that I don't want.
he was so that's what I'm saying. Like the dude, and I always used to think when I was younger, I used to think he was super intelligent because he always did crossword puzzles and shit, and he was always reading a book. But this dickhead would read a book anyway. Like he was one of them dudes, and I'm sure there are people know about these kind of people. Doesn't matter where we were, family gatherings, Thanksgiving. This dude's over reading a book, not talking.
So he was
to nobody.
antisocial.
Yeah.
Well, nobody
a-
liked him either, and he knew that. But he came anyway for the food.
I had a fat, leaky cunt cousin that used to do that shit.
Yeah.
So ignorant.
Sit there and read a fucking book all the time.
So there you go, Dickie's story. It's not I'm just saying. Maybe you listeners know what I'm talking about. Weird people that change their whole vernacular and way of speaking when they're talking to somebody of different color or whatever.
Yeah, it's like if you met an Oriental person. I'm sorry, that may not even be the right word.
It's not. Oriental is a rug.
I'm sorry.
as I
It's
was told
food, I
many
think.
times. No, it's
I'm
a
sorry.
rug.
It's food too. I was told it was.
It's Asian food.
Okay, if you met a person from China,
If you're offended by that, I'm so sorry.
if you met a person,
Soul.
calm down.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus
If
Christ.
you met a person from China, you wouldn't start talking like them. Like,
No, you
know what I
wouldn't.
mean,
No, you wouldn't,
start
definitely.
bowing and shit.
And when I go to a Chinese restaurant, I don't talk like them so they can understand me. I say, I want General Tso chicken. I want beef and broccoli.
Silly round eye.
Or I
like
give the
General
number
Tso
of
chicken.
36, so number 2.
Yeah.
They understand.
Nobody said they're not dumb. They just don't speak.
You
English.
said 7-Eleven, you got to talk to the guy in his native
and
tongue.
I know, and I apologize for that because it came off wrong. I didn't mean it like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to delete this episode.
Yeah,
But
Jesus
what's
Christ.
going on in Fatz's world tonight?
Dude, I was watching videos on something that's really starting to scare me. And,
Uh-oh.
You know, there's the robot world is crazy, dude.
Yeah, it
Did
is.
you see these videos of these robots they got today?
Probably not the same ones you're watching.
The sex bots or real robots?
The real robots. Dude.
Who cares about that? Let's talk about the sex bots.
What,
They
dude,
got them at Rent-A-Center yet?
Yeah, right?
these things are interacting with humans now. Like,
Yeah, the one where they don't like their face touch.
yeah,
Yeah.
see that shit?
Yeah.
Toyota just released one too.
That AI, all this shit, dude. They're going to take us all out, and this whole fucking world's going to be run by robots.
Ex
Everybody's
Machina.
going to be.
Did you ever see Ex Machina?
Is that a robot's name?
Yeah, it's a movie. Oscar Isaac
Oh,
is
no.
in a movie, and there's some shit about a robot, and I don't know, some shit happens, and it's freaky.
Nah, it just got me bugged out, dude. And then
As it should. It's fucking weird, bro. They could take over.
I heard you had a sex bot and you came home and had a note on it that said, "I just want to be friends."
what I do in my own personal world is my business, pal.
It's
No,
like
but
some
it's
small
really
wonders.
freaking me out, dude. They say we're going to be able to read each other's minds in the next 50 years. I mean, we'll be gone by then, but like, still, this shit's crazy, man. Like, what do they need people for?
You ain't gonna be able to read each other's minds. You'll be able to like.
Dude, they're working on what's that thing called?
Neuralink.
Neuralink. They're gonna fix brain damage people soon.
But think about that with that Neuralink shit. If it would have been like 10 years ago and Elon Musk developed that, do you think Stephen Hawkins could have been like crip walking or some shit?
Maybe.
He's gonna be
walking around?
dancing soon.
He's dead. So
Oh, never mind.
impossible.
The next Stephen Hawkins is gonna be dancing. It's
No, but
bugging me
you're
out,
right.
dude.
You're right. It should because they're unstoppable.
Dude,
The
look,
satellites are
just-
already up there. They could download all their own information to repair themselves and fix themselves. And
So they
make
can
more
bring
of
back
them.
those people that they froze cryogenically, and now they can fix them.
Yeah, listen to this.
Ted Williams and Walt Disney.
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazon, right? My job used to be in
Bring
country.
back those evil pricks.
My
What?
my job used to be in Conshohocken, right? My old building used to be in Conshohocken. Amazon bought that building. They tore it down, built an all new building. Guess what?
What?
I mean, I'm sure they have some employees there at work. It's all robotic.
No way.
The whole thing is robotic.
No way.
They don't
dude.
need fucking workers to pick orders and shit no more. It's all fucking robotic. It's fucking insane. In California, they got Amazon robots to deliver your packages.
Drones. I heard drones.
They
are
have
gonna
drones,
start-
but they have robots actually walking down the street delivering your fucking packages. It's like a trial
Well,
thing.
you know that shit ain't happening in Philly, bro.
In
Like
Asia,
the
we
neuro-
robbing
but-
your ass.
Yeah, but we're mixing up like the Neuralink thing is fixing people.
I'm just talking about robots in general.
Hitch
In
bot.
Asia, they have robot tractor trailers delivering product and shit across the country. A robot tractor trailer, dude. This shit's fucking insane, man. Like, why do we need it? We have people still here. It ain't like we're short on people. China has 1 billion fucking people alone. There's 360 million people just in America.
Laziness.
They don't have 1 billion people, but whatever.
They have 1 billion people.
We just went through this.
McDonald's serves 1 billion people a year. That's 1 billion people, dude. That's a lot of people, dude. There's 8 billion people on the planet.
Okay.
McDonald's is serving 1 billion of them.
We
Yeah,
went through
robots
this the
are
other
scary.
day, actually. I don't feel like looking it up. But
And then, like, all that robot shit. Then I see another video, right? There's these, out west, there's these fucking mountains that they're building cities in these mountains.
Where?
To store
Out
food.
west. And their fucking tractor trailers are going in tractor trailer after tractor trailers bringing
yeah, I
food and
did see
supplies.
that,
in.
yeah.
Why, dude?
Baby formula.
Yeah.
There's
There ain't
less
no
and less
food
people in
shortage.
Washington, D.C. as we speak. They're all going to these fucking mountains. They're going to leave us out here to die for World War III.
Maybe. You ready?
Did you see that thing the
I've
other
been making
day?
fun of these preppers all this time. We better start prepping.
I'm telling you this. No, there's a lot of countries in the world that don't have guns, like people, like, and their armies, and a lot of these armies, they have weapons and stuff, but they're shit. They're
We're
old.
talking fucking nukes here.
Here's what I'm saying, though.
Well, if there's nukes, there's nothing you can do.
Right, nukes. But I'm
Yeah, there
saying
is.
take nukes out of the equation.
Go in one of these tunnels.
Take nukes out of the equation. We have a whole army of citizens with all kinds of rifles, guns. Nobody's landing here and getting past.
He's not talking
Did you
about
not
that.
see the fucking balloon that made it here?
That's a fucking balloon.
Okay. Nothing's supposed to get through our Star Wars. Nobody's supposed to cross these fucking borders, right?
Where were the fucking robots at?
That's what look, all I'm saying is we're not as safe as you think that we are. Look, it happened Pearl Harbor. It can happen again.
Where'd they shoot the balloon down, though? Did it actually cross our border?
Yeah, it went from Alaska to fucking South Carolina. It crossed the whole fucking country
Yeah.
before anybody noticed it. Now there's more
They
shit
noticed
happening.
it. They just didn't want to shoot it down over land.
Some shit like that could start World War III, bro.
Yeah. It still can't cross our fucking borders.
What are you getting all crazy for? There's nothing you can do about it. So what are you getting all crazy for? You worried about weather balloons? Go out front with a fucking BB gun. Just don't shoot your eye out, kid.
But I like this. But this Neuralink thing.
I'm glad everybody thinks it's a joke.
They could do head transplants.
They picked up all our information off our cell phones, our laptops,
Yeah.
They have. You give it to them. You on TikTok?
all day long.
You gave them all your info.
Every free moment I get at work, I'm on TikTok.
But you're not making any. By the way, we need you to go ahead and maybe do that.
What?
Make some
Make some what?
TikToks.
I need a cameraman.
You
got
do
a
the thing we
cameraman?
told you. You know, you do the short thing.
Oh, you mean the part of the clips? Oh yeah.
All right. So besides
Anyway.
robots, what else about robots are bothering you?
No, it's spooky, dude. I can't believe you starting bugged the fuck out.
I
of
am
Elon
bugged
Musk,
out about
Elon
it.
Musk said we're all going to have universal income because there's not going to be any jobs because they're all going to be robots.
Exactly. How are you going to support your
But
family?
what fun is a fucking robot work environment? There's no ball busting.
You're not going to go to work. You're going to be fucking starving.
Your
on the
mother
streets.
was a snowblower. I heard your mother blew a circuit last night.
Remember the Jetsons? The
Isn't
cartoon
that-
The Jetsons? Rosie?
isn't that right,
That's what it's going to be.
Circuit?
There's going to be a
Fucking
bunch of
interrupted
Rosies out here.
It's gonna be like Megan.
Cool.
Did you see that?
I heard
movie,
you're going to be able to
Megan?
put robot parts in your body.
That's what you should be scared of.
Megan.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Fucking Megans are going to be trolling this world. Megans and Rosies.
You only need one of them, and then it'll download all the information that it needs to repair itself.
But what
and
I'm
build
saying is
another
we're going to be
one.
like fucking the human man, woman, child, everything is going to be like peasants. We're going to be on the streets while these robots are running everything.
pour water on them.
They're
They
putting.
should
They're
just
putting.
have fucking buttons. Just
They're
like-
Obviously, these
No, it
robots
doesn't
aren't
work like that.
self-repairing
They should have
robots.
that.
They're still going to need people.
No, they're not.
They're still going to need people to repair the robots. They're still going to need
Why?
people to.
No, robots are going to fix the
Robot will
robots.
repair the robot.
Well, who's going to make the robots? Robots?
Once they're made, bro.
Yeah, but by humans.
The robots are going to make other robots. You understand? They're going to wipe us out, dude. Robots are going to procreate by making other robots. You're going to program the robot to make a robot. Once a robot can make a robot, you don't need the human no more.
Yo,
Technically,
wait till the robots start making fucking kangaroo robots.
Holy shit. Game changer, bro.
Then you're going to tell me a kangaroo is not a robot then.
Probably not.
Yeah.
well, the company I work for,
Robo-Roos.
the robotics division is one of the top divisions. They make robotic arms that the surgeon can control.
Yeah, I just seen a guy operating on a banana from England and California.
Yeah.
The doctor was in
The
England.
chick that went in my asshole, that was a robot. That went in
Oh,
my
yeah?
asshole. Yeah. When I got the colonoscopy, that was a fucking robot doing that.
Where was she?
She don't actually go in your asshole. It's a fucking.
How do you know it wasn't a he robot?
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
That's another
You
thing.
fag.
What do you- with all this
Fucking
like with
robosexual.
all the gender thing going on today, like with gender, what they call that?
What?
Gender. When you're confused about your gender, what do they call that? Anyway, they're saying you're going to be able to be part robot. You're going to be able to put robot parts in your body and be considered a robot, not a human anymore.
No shit, like some
Yeah.
RoboCop shit.
Exactly.
A
About
cyborg.
that.
Yeah. Where does this stop, dude?
You know what they need to do? They're never going to stop, right? You seen that video
That's the problem.
with the chick touching her face,
Yeah.
and all that. Don't put the super duper batteries in there. Make them need humans to get charged up to do what they
Dude,
got to do.
You don't understand. The people making these, like, what's his name?
Elon
Musk.
Musk, they're trying to make the best of the best robot. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not worried about having an on-off switch. He's just worried about making his money before he dies. That's it. After he dies,
It'll have a
he
docking
wants the robot to
station.
make the robot.
Yeah.
It'll just be able to go walk on a docking station saying they're in charge.
Exactly.
You know, same with VI. Like, didn't they have like 2 VI things, and then they started started talking to each other. Like they had like a reality thing.
I seen that.
And it started like they talking in its own language.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they didn't know. Nobody knew what the fuck.
Do you have a Roomba?
No, there's no robots in my house.
Them things
I
take
do got an
pictures.
Alexa.
They take pictures of your house.
Roomba does. Oh, so
Everything
they
does.
know
Our
where to vacuum.
This laptop's taking pictures of us right now.
No, there's pictures.
No,
all,
it's not. I got my shit covered up.
See?
You're never gonna get me.
That's right.
He jerks off in private.
That's right.
Dude, I was listening to Sal Volcano and I don't know if it was Joey Roses or Chrissy D. They were talking about, they found this website. It's an AI website where
Oh, they do
they
stand up.
type their name in and they make their jokes.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
These are artists.
Yeah. It's AI, brother. It's
All
the
you
way
gotta
of the
do is
future.
there's like
It's
a
the
picture
fucking
thing.
devil, dude.
There's like a thing where you can type in like a sentence, like, and it'll create a virtual picture of whatever you have in your mind.
Oh yeah,
Anything.
yeah,
Yeah, they're flirting with disaster, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
3D printers. I mean, I can go on and on about all
Well,
this
3D
technology.
printer. That I work in the 3D printer.
Yeah, you're part of the problem then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
That's right, and
You're a real crumb bum.
Hey, I never said I wasn't. That's why I'm here, and everybody knows.
But yeah, don't let the robots get you crazy, get you too
Hey,
upset.
I got news for you. Too late, buddy. Too late.
Well, what's going to stop all that is just the codes that we program it in there, so it doesn't have them functions to be able to.
Well, that's the thing. We're making them so smart. They're going to be able to
bypass everything,
Right.
Set off nukes on
In other words, they're
going
gonna
to make
fight
it look like another country. Did.
Yeah.
Well, they have to have a fail-safe. Like,
Right.
Yeah, but
Like
these
Jerry
robots
said,
are so smart. They're going to figure it
just
out.
throw water on them.
Yeah, and also
No, they got flesh now. They got
That
flesh
it
on them.
won't work because your phones. You have to stab them in the eye with a
And-
screwdriver.
But what do
There
they
you go.
eat? What do
Everybody
they
carries
I don't think it's
power?
going to work.
How do they keep power? How do they keep power? Like even robots, whatever. There's
What I'm-
motors.
What
and
I'm
there's
trying to tell
fucking
you is
shit
the robot learns
to what? Eat oil,
to,
drink oil,
to
whatever.
fix
the
itself.
Fuck.
If I
Gotta
can't
have
power
some
up, I'm going to find out.
lubrication.
They're programmed to
Cobalt.
find out if they can't get power, how to power themselves, how to make power.
They need us. They'll never not need us.
Ion, lithium, and
I didn't know I
cobalt.
worked with a bunch of woke guys.
I'm not woke.
Is it going to
I
be
mean,
like?
I don't know. Maybe I am woke.
Is it going to be like maximum destruction?
You know what it'll be?
Maximum overdrive.
Once they take us over, they're going to make us all build pyramids like slaves.
Yep. How do you think the pyramids happen?
That's how you get them.
You think people actually carry them pyramids up there? 20,000-pound blocks?
70 tons.
Yeah, I do.
Come on, bro.
I do.
Yeah, right.
A
There was
8-hour
no
ride
machinery
away.
back then, dude.
Yes, there was.
You're not making a
Simple
pulley.
machinery.
You know, you're not making a pulley. You know how big them blocks are? They're as big as this room.
Okay.
There's no way man is carrying that up there.
Yes, it is. You're underestimating a smart guy with a bunch of slaves.
But just the grade
You're
of
underestimating
doing
the
that.
power of
Even if you
aliens.
were to build a ramp, it's impossible, bro.
See what I'm saying they got?
There wasn't even
70
wheels back then.
70 tons. Them things are. Them
Okay,
granite
look.
pillars, bro. 70 tons.
Somewhere in the Valley of Kings in Egypt where all of the pyramids are, right? Before they got
That's
the
separate from the
angle
big
right.
three.
Before they got the angle, all them periods all have a specific angle.
Not to mention they're perfectly made.
Egyptians are like the smartest people ever.
Okay.
So before they had that specific angle, the fucking things were collapsing. So aliens are building things to collapse. Aliens are
How do you know they
building.
collapsed? Because that's what you read?
I've seen pictures of it.
It's like a
You see,
perfect.
there was no pictures back then.
It's like a perfect 51-degree angle.
And
all
everyone's
the way
the
around.
same.
True
Even how about the
north,
pyramids in
south,
other
east,
countries?
Up
You telling me the
until-
Egyptians shared secret their information with the Mexicans that built their pyramids?
No, but you have to think it's, again, a smart dude with all these resources and slaves.
No.
No way.
See, this is
It's
the
impossible.
thing.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
You
No, it's
cannot
not.
carry a 70-ton stone, all right, from Pittsburgh to here is basically what that is. Carrying a 70-ton piece of marble from
Yep.
Pittsburgh to here.
But
You
with
can't get-
20,000
I don't give a
people,
fuck.
you
You
can.
can't do it.
No way.
That's one piece, bro.
With 20,000
That's
people,
one
you
piece.
can.
How?
Let's
And to get it up of a grade over 13%, say.
right.
With 20,000 people and a bunch of guys with fucking whips and an engineer
All right.
telling you to do this
Step
shit,
away.
the shit works.
Step away from the pyramids, right? That place in England or Britain, whatever the fuck, with the stones.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. There's no way they set the stone. They put two stones like this. They picked one up and dropped it on top.
Yeah.
People did that, right?
Yeah.
Folks,
But they might have used.
I'm sorry you got to hear this.
They might have used like primitive like crane.
See, this is the
Simple
thing.
machines.
There's no
They're-
way. It's impossible.
They didn't have fucking
Back then,
excavators and
physically
simple
impossible to
machines.
do
You act like there was
They had
fucking
simple machines.
skid
The only
loaders.
way-
thousands of
the
years
only
old.
way it'd be-
I don't mean machines.
The only-
That's what you're saying.
A simple machine is like a lever and a fulcrum, like a long ass piece of wood with a thing here can pick
And
up
a long
something
ass
really
piece
heavy.
of wood is picking up
Which is-
70 tons, Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then going up thousands
Not
of feet in the
one.
air.
Right, 300 feet in the air.
For what? Stonehenge is not 300 feet in
Stonehenge,
the air.
pyramids, everything that was built back then. The only way you're
Stonehenge
doing
is
it
like 10
is that
feet
the
high.
Flintstones had the but the dinosaurs were gone by then. So dinosaurs are out. There's no animal doing that.
How do you know?
Because I'm smart.
How do you know there wasn't animals?
I'm wicked smart.
How do you know there wasn't camels hooked up?
They're
getting
not.
whipped?
Camels not doing that, dude.
Things do shit when you whip them. Look at all the stuff you do when I whip you.
Look, there's common science that them pyramids were made as like a
And what were they making for? All right, are you saying aliens came and made them?
Yeah.
Aliens came here to make burial things for Egyptian kings.
They're not even buried in there.
Exactly.
Only in the Valley of Kings, there's people buried in them tombs, not the three big ones that everybody.
Well,
knows.
what's in there then?
Nothing.
No, there was an energy. It was for energy.
There's water underneath of there.
It was
King
a magnetic field.
When King Tut's tomb was secured with a fucking rope. I just seen the picture. It was a rope tied
I can
between
show you
two
a
things.
picture of anything you would like right now.
The aliens built King Tut's tomb and secured it with a fucking rope.
No, that's what they put. So you say
It's a
what you're
picture.
saying.
Well,
you know what?
Before the dude went in there,
It was-
they took a picture.
Yeah, it
Who
was
took the picture? King Tut? There was no cameras back then.
Most people won't
No,
go in
the
there.
20s when they opened it up.
Yeah, but people won't go in there like because
'Cause
they're
everybody
afraid.
died.
They're afraid to go in because of some kind of curse or whatever the hell they got going
Hey,
on.
you know
over
what the
there.
curse
Scared
was?
the aliens are going to get them.
2,500-year-old stagnant air.
Right.
Was the curse. They all died of cancer.
Yeah, most likely. But
Or
that's why they.
A magnetic field brought down by the aliens.
Well, that's another theory of the rocks going
That's
up.
the-
They used magnets. They
that's
used
the-
magnetic
Thank you.
force to
Yeah.
raise the
Levitation.
Levitation. They used some smart shit.
Well, I think they were probably all built for some nuclear power type shit.
Hold on, I got some.
way all
I
them
can prove it
stones
to you right
hold
now.
energy.
My boy Arkell's sent me something, or where did I put it? Go to my photos here.
Oh, we don't want to see no pictures of Art Kelly sent
we
you.
don't-
Yeah, the
Picture of Fats
Anunnakis.
covered in piss.
The Anunnakis
Oh, it's in my
gave the
notes.
Samaritans all the information they needed.
Who?
The Anunnakis, the aliens.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm telling you.
Damn, I can't find it. Damn it! It was.
What are you looking for?
But then how are they built all in every continent? 6 continents.
Fuck. What was it?
My experience from, I worked in a cement place. So once I was working in the lab, I could just make whatever I wanted. And once I was there by myself, I could do whatever I wanted. So when you have the resources of making shit, in this case it's cement, which is basically the same theory as the pyramids and all that shit. I'm not cutting stones out, I'm making them. So when you can do that kind of shit,
They didn't make stones, Jeff.
they learned how to cut them. They have to cut them, and they have pictures of the ruins of a giant fucking saw blade that they used to cut this. Whatever it was made out of, I don't fucking know. It's a giant fucking saw blade to cut these things, and there's a stone in there, halfway cut, near the marble, granite, whatever the fuck it is, mine type of shit they had. But what I'm saying is, when you have a bunch of shit, like at the cement place, I ended up with like 15 cinder blocks. What can I do with these cinder blocks? What can I do with these cinder blocks? I'm thinking and thinking and thinking. I'll make a wall behind my fire pit.
What the
So
hell? I don't understand where you're getting at.
Why these people built these pyramids? Because they could.
Okay, let me ask you this: why make a pyramid just for a fucking tomb? Why not just make a box?
Because they could.
That makes no sense.
Well, I'm
You're
telling
gonna
you,
waste
my
all
experience
your resources
as a builder.
and you're saying 20,000 people just because you could.
Just
You're
because you
take
could.
10 years
and
to
to
do
put
something.
one body in it, right? Just one
For
body.
thousands of resources.
And all
poor
these years, we
gods.
just throw bodies in the ground, right? Or build like
Right.
a little box for them.
You're thinking about some regular asshole being buried. These people were gods. These people were thought of as gods.
So build a 5,000 feet tomb, a pyramid, and then build more like it. And then have other ones in other countries just like that one. How did the word get to Mexico from Egypt? There was no telephone. There was no
Well, I started to
computers.
tell you that, but you're all fucking hard on trying to prove there's fucking aliens.
Well, that was somebody's brother from Egypt.
Yeah.
He left and went
Yeah.
to Central
He
America.
got on a camel, came across camel, right, and
I got on a boat.
across the Pacific Ocean, right, and did
His
all
name
that.
was like Amara or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's all right. The same thing. Let me break this down. And I'm sorry it always goes back to food with you, but your name is Fatz. So let me break it down so you can understand it.
I'm listening.
Imagine you open the refrigerator, full refrigerator,
Full refrigerator,
everything you could imagine,
carrying lunch meats and all.
everything, right? There's so many different things you can make.
Right.
So what are you going to make?
The most simplest, fastest thing I can make.
What is it going to be?
A bologna and cheese sandwich.
All right, you make a bologna and cheese sandwich, right?
Mustard, extra mustard.
All right. Chris goes to his refrigerator full of food.
Right.
He opens it up. He just happens to make a bologna and cheese sandwich too.
Okay.
He has the same shit you have.
We're not talking bologna and cheese. We're talking fucking pyramids.
Well, what I'm getting at is I started to tell the story
But
while
that's
you were looking
basic.
at this.
That's basic stuff. This is highly engineered shit.
All right. I started to explain my part of it while you were looking for R. Kelly's dick pics, and then you snapped in back into our conversation,
No, you were saying.
and now you're just
You were saying
What
you're
I'm
building
trying
a
to
wall.
tell you is that's where you popped in on the fucking conversation.
Because it's not.
Well, shut the fuck up and let me explain
let's hear
it.
your fucking theory.
What I was telling you was when you end up with a bunch of shit
Okay.
and you're an engineer brain,
Okay.
what can I do with this? All right, we figured out how to cut these square blocks out of the marble shit here.
Right.
We all built all these walls and shit. We
Right.
got all these square, boring things.
Right.
What else can we do? Let's stack them up like this. Didn't you ever stack up rocks or blocks when you were little?
Not just for the hell of it. No.
Well, these people didn't have anything else.
Yeah, they did.
These are grown-ass men
They had
playing
to
with
fucking
blocks.
survive and fight to eat.
These are rich fucking Egyptian people, dude. They're not living in the desert
Why is alien
hunting
so
rabbits.
far-fetched?
Because it is.
It is.
There's no reason
no
for them
other
to
life
build
form
it.
out there.
There's no reason for the aliens to come
What do
down
you
and
mean?
build fucking pyramids.
I'm sure there was a reason. I don't know what it is, but I know they
After
didn't build it to put a
3,000
fucking
years-
dead body in it.
After 3,000 years, I think we would know by now.
No, you wouldn't.
Why not?
Because they're not here. They're gone.
What did they do that for?
I can say the same thing about your argument.
What benefited anybody for aliens teaching Egyptians how to build pyramids?
What benefit?
Maybe that
difference
was their
does it?
nuclear power.
What?
The pyramids.
They're
What's
not
the
here
pyramid?
anymore.
Generates
Just like they
power.
are not here no more.
What
we don't
power?
know.
What power is it generating?
Electricity.
Don't you think in this 3,000 years somebody would have noticed?
No,
There's a thing
because in
called the Ark of the
3,000
Covenant.
years,
You ever hear of that?
Still can't figure out how they did it.
How about the Ark of the Covenant?
They did figure out how they did it.
Well,
they figured out how they did all that shit.
No, they
They
didn't.
didn't know how they built the Easter Island people. How are they in the ground? Then they found one on the other side of the island, half buried from getting carved out in the ground. And now there's videos of people with 40-foot high statues from Easter Island with ropes tied on them. And there's like 20 people and they're walking this fucking 40-foot statue that probably weighs 80,000 pounds. They're walking it back and forth.
Well,
That's how shit
the
happened.
reason that
I
they're
don't believe
in
it.
a triangle
How about
shape,
the Ark of the Covenant? Dad?
Indiana Jones got that shit.
yeah, but the reason they're in a triangle shape is because it allows them to build it big because of the weight distribution. It starts out big and gradually it gets smaller. That was their.
What I'm
they
trying
were
to
able
say
build
is there's
big.
no point to making that just to throw a fucking body in it.
No, they wanted to make it grandiose.
The point
There's
is
no bodies in
How
it.
come they don't
They
do it
wanted
today?
to.
then? How come they don't do that today?
because we're not gods.
Yeah, they really respect.
They weren't gods either. I
Yeah,
got
but
news
they
for
didn't
you.
care back
Yeah,
then.
you know that.
People didn't care back then. They wanted.
You
to,
think them being gods is just as ridiculous as I think the aliens came down to build them for. Does that make sense to you?
No, it doesn't.
But they wanted to
Aliens make
sense.
sense.
But the
People
reason that
building
they're
them
so
pyramids
big,
doesn't make sense.
it's big for the fucking God. They wanted to respect God. They built
Still
a
doesn't
big
make
ass
sense.
fucking thing for him. A lot of shit don't make
You know
sense.
why we build big skyscrapers?
To put shit in.
So people can use them as office building, and go up is better than going in.
But wait, but we're not building
save
office
room.
structures for.
We're not
as-
building a
as-
skyscraper to put a fucking
as a monument to
grandmother in the
anybody.
bottom of it.
We're not building them as monuments to anybody. We're the fucking monument in what do you call it? Washington D.C. The fucking giant dick looking fucking.
Yeah, machines did that. That
Washington.
exactly. People didn't do it.
Actually, people did build that.
Yeah, with machines.
What
With machines.
But
How?
With
Yeah.
big power machines that run on fuel that can do that. I work in a building material industry. We got cranes that shoot fucking sheetrock up. We don't have people carrying sheetrock up to 18 flights of steps. We got fucking cranes to do that and booms. And
Why don't you get aliens to do it?
because the aliens left, dude, they're not here no more.
Why not?
If they were here, they'd be building everything still.
If they build all this cool shit, why aren't they
So
still
you don't
here?
think there's still aliens here now? You just think they were there just to build the pyramids?
3,000 years ago.
They're like, you know,
That's when they were here, dude. They're gone now.
why did they leave?
I don't fucking know. Ask them when they come back.
But you don't know that they were even here.
And you don't know that people built them pyramids
I do.
because something.
Because it was written in so many fucking texts.
so many
and
books. Yeah, it was written in
Books.
So we just believe everything that's written down in the book.
I think they were already built before them texts even written. I think they just repaired them and went with it. Just like
That could
the
be a theory
Sphinx.
too.
What?
That they were already here and they just patched them up.
No,
What
they
did
did
patch
it because
up?
they
They
were
were
built because
preserve
they
them.
were able
They
to.
were covered
They
in
wanted
limestone
to
at
respect
one
their
point.
God and build a monument for God. They wanted to build big things, and they realized, oh, if we build it like this, we can build a huge monument, and the weight distribution will be such that it won't collapse. That's why it's built
that's what
like
it
that.
did.
At a perfect
And no-
pitch of north, south,
Still to this
east,
day,
west,
right?
51
With all the
degrees, all
technology
the
we
way
have today,
around.
they didn't have back then. They're
and
still standing.
stones perfectly.
After all the earthquakes that happened, right? Every other that would destroy anything else in this world. These things that were built how many years ago was that? What year was that?
3,000 or so?
3,000 years ago. They
Way
still
longer.
didn't fall, right?
5,000.
They didn't have the cement they have
Because
today.
the weight
The prefab
distribution.
shit, nothing deteriorated. Like it barely deteriorated. Earthquakes can't take it out. The weather doesn't do nothing. No, they were fucking. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were.
How come they didn't build a fucking civilization like we have now? Then back then, if they were so high tech.
They did.
got wiped
They
out by
did
the
it.
flood.
They did.
Yeah, they got wiped out. Yeah, exactly. They got wiped out by the flood. How come you didn't fucking build something to stop the floods?
The Egyptians.
Because of God.
The Egyptians basically came up with everything. Then the Romans
Folks, that's our show.
took it and went from there.
I can't argue with these people. I really can't.
Well, don't,
No, you can't because you don't have any basis. Everything
No.
we're saying, you can Google it.
Yeah. What people tell you to believe. Right?
There's
Just like somebody told you there's
dude.
3 trillion trees in the air, but there's no way to count trees.
all right.
There's no way to count sand in the
well,
fucking ocean.
Look
There's
at
no way
Graham
to fucking.
Harold's theory on
One
the
thing about
pyramids.
science and one thing about
He's a
history
scientist.
is there's proof. There's facts.
I must be hungry. My breast stinks.
History's just a pack of lies agreed upon.
Yeah.
Exactly. My point
But
case.
when there's
Folks, my
pictures of
case is
things,
closed.
when there's proof and pictures of things, like it's not just something somebody said, like the Bible is just that shit there.
Nobody's
It's just a
still-
bunch of stories.
Nobody's still around that built them pyramids.
No.
So you don't know if it's true.
The aliens are still around.
Exactly.
Where they at?
That's more believable than people built them things. Okay?
How?
Because they're still here.
Who, the aliens
Yeah,
or
well,
the
not
pyramids?
here, but they're still around.
The pyramids or the aliens?
Aliens.
There's
and
nothing
the
we
pyramids
could
because the
build.
aliens built them.
There's nothing we could build today that will outlast them.
Nothing. But supposedly people 3,000 years ago built them that people today couldn't build them by hand.
You ever watch that show, Life After People?
Yeah.
Right. None of these buildings, none of this shit will survive.
Eventually it'll all collapse.
Them pyramids will still be
The
there.
pyramids will still be there though because they were made by handmade people.
There's one of the ancient things in Rome. I don't know if it's
Even the Colosseum's
not
collapsing.
It's not the Colosseum. It might be the Parthenon if that's in Italy. I'm not 100% sure.
Greece.
But it's got a dome ceiling on it. Whatever has a big dome ceiling on it. But there's no arches. There's no nothing. It's just a giant circle with a hole in the middle. To this day, they can't figure out where the structural
Yeah, aliens
strength
probably has something to do with
comes
that
from.
too. Aliens probably has something.
Oh, now the Italians are getting
aliens.
Yeah,
Not
this is
Italian,
in
alien.
Italy.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about, so I really can't comment on it. But if what you're saying is, they probably have something to do with that too.
Okay, then, folks.
That's our show, folks.
Sound
We'll
off in the comments.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Fatz is right.